The MG Show. What real independent journalism looks like.
Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Stay tuned, we're going to start right now.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
I should have came in with a big fat cigar, some shades, and just kicked back with my popcorn, and just realized that yesterday's show was exactly the last and final warning from Scavino. They didn't listen, so Trump, 2 hours after our show, Shady Groove, dropped exactly what we talked about yesterday on the show. Shady Groove, round of applause.
Are you telling me, sir, that thank you very much? Are you telling me that that's why we named the show We Called It today? Because we called it like for the last 8 years. Honest to God, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jeff. You're exactly right about that. We did. We stood in the gap, didn't we? We stood in the gap through this whole time. Let's go back to since 2020, and all of these idiots came to microphones and they started drilling all this nonsense down your throat, trying to make you think that this stuff was connected to Q. Now I hope that you can perfectly see how all of these operators were scared of Q. We're trying to stop Donald Trump from becoming popular again and upend any chance he had of becoming the president. Now we're a year into his administration, and they are acting exactly like the people that we've been telling you they are.
And look, guys, if you're just joining the MG Show and you're brand new, yes, you've heard about QAnon booga booga booga, but these are the people that were saying QAnon booga booga booga, and now they're saying Trump booga booga booga. So we reported on Q. We're not a QAnon influencer booga booga. We're two dudes reading the news with a mic and Q, and we reported on Q. Shady, that's what we did.
They said we were that too, right? We're to be afraid of. We're booga 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 too.
Booga booga.
See, every time they do this, there's a direct correlation with something that's probably important for you to know, because that's not interfacing with the information at all. That's like trying to undermine the character without acknowledging the information. It's one thing to undermine the character after you've acknowledged the information. That's fine. But to skip over the acknowledgement of the information so that you can undermine the character of someone, that's a problem.
Yeah. Trust 1961, 5 subscriptions. Alex, the authority, bro. 10 subscriptions to the MG Show. God bless you, my friend. Love you. So let me just read this yesterday. So every now and again, when we have a really good show, I try to bring it into Rumble to say, hey, can you sponsor this for an editor's pick? They're very nice to us. Okay. And I said, just want to nominate the show for editor's pick. It's a doozy. Thank you so much. And I mailed that, what time was that? Yesterday at 2:07.
Right after the show, yeah.
Yeah, right after the show, yesterday. And basically it was, going over this post right here. Influencers, okay? Dan Scavino, who hit 924, okay? 924 goes to Q post 2124. 2124 says last and final comments regarding AJ and Associates attempts. Logical thinking. Breitbart article linked 2 days prior to article being published. Reconcile. Note the time. Note Apple stock images. Reconcile. Attempts to deceive autists. Anons will fail. We are a threat to their livelihood. Plus classified. Do not let their attempts corrupt good organization. Think Jack Posobiec at OANN. They want you divided. Stay strong. Stay together. And Tucker Carlson said it himself. Division keeps them in power. And then you got Microchip, which was Jack Posobiec's feeble attempt at OANN to discredit Q. Okay? So we had it there. And by the way, other thing interesting to note, Shady Groove, is that I posted that General Flynn thing exactly at 9:24 as well. So let's see. So Trump's post yesterday, Shady Groove, let's just go over it because we just got to kind of catch everybody up in case you're new. By the way, let me just finish this. So I said, Dylan, and he gave me thumbs up. And I said, so we got done with our show and look what Donald Trump posted. And I sent him Donald Trump's post that we're going to go over here in a minute. He goes, so funny. I was just talking about this with my folks. Had no idea Trump had put out the same talking points as you yesterday. I have the team featuring this video in the early morning when viewership is higher. So it's on the featured page for Rumble right now with 30 some odd thousand views. And I said, thank you, because this is the same network that's been censoring this show for 8 years, Shady.
So the whole thing, and even with the whole thing that happened here on Rumble and the assimilation of Badlands Media, whenever Rumble was amping up and had a big injection, they were featuring Badlands Media at the same time that Patel Patriot. Within the context of all of this, with what Jeff was doing, Jeff was trying to help we the media. Yep. Okay. And he was trying to help we the media understand and communicate between Cash Patel and Patel Patriot because of how upset Cash was at John Harold. Okay. Yep. Why couldn't John Harold just acknowledge that and literally tell the truth? Instead, He wrote this long Substack lying about actions that Jeff took and lying about the things that were being said and denying the real truth of what they were doing to try to sideline Cash Patel, who ended up becoming the FBI director. So I find it very interesting that we're sitting here now and all of these people in the footprint of Badlands Media who told you all this devolution crap. There's no difference between that and the insurrection crap and the rattle trap crap and all of this other nonsensical psyops. They're the exact same as JFK Jr. And so to have this moment that we're in right now for clarity is amazing in America. This is literally some of the Trump told you exactly like it is in this post, and then Jeff made it into a song.
Yeah, I think it's the better way to kind of consume this instead of me reading it. Let's listen to the song. What do you think?
I think that you guys are not going to believe that this is a song.
So let's look at the timestamp real quick, Shady Groove. Let me go to True Social real quick. True Social. So our show ended a little after 2 because I think we went over about 5 or 10 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, we were over.
Yeah, we were over. Let's see. So President Trump posted this at. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm pleased. Iran. Okay, the Wall Street Journal. Okay, Tucker. Okay, 19 hours ago. Interesting, huh? 4:28. Okay, literally less than 2.5 hours later, President Trump posted exactly what we talked about yesterday, Shady.
17 in the chat if you think it matches what we said yesterday.
Yeah. Wow. And let's go ahead and I'll put Donald Trump's post up. And we had MG Music. Thank you, Mikey Mariano. When he did the Springsteen thing of the concert, I kind of mimicked that because it was so good. God bless you, Mikey. Thank you for the idea. And check it out. This is Donald Trump's post about Tucker. Actually, it's AJ and Associates because Tucker, Megyn, Candace, they're all related. By proxy, it's Roger Stone. Yep. It's everybody else. Because, oh, God, it's it's all of them. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, and they're all trying to act like some of them aren't included now.
Right. Wow.
Here we go. ready, baby.
I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon, because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. And everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes. And they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate toys. But nobody's talking about them, and their views are the opposite of MAGA. Or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN 100% approval rating of Trump. Not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox, and he's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me, the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question, or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close.
Not even close.
A bankrupt Alex Jones, who says some of the dumbest things, and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Now, fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all of the other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA, they're losers, just trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to. But when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning in strength and not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again, and these people have no idea how to do that, but I do. Because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump
drop MG in the chat, guys. MG in the chat if you realize that we've had it all along. Gosh, Shady Group. Wow.
That literally is like what we said yesterday. Like everything in the song is what we said yesterday, and explaining to everybody that this is a moment in time where we are finally shedding off this layer of absolute incessant nonsense that's been around us the whole time, trying to act like there's some sort of like balance to what it is that we're doing here. There isn't. There's one direction. There's one place that we're going. There's one way to go. You can stay where you are or go with us to the golden age. That's the only two choices that you've got.
Yeah, it's amazing, guys. And then the next post for Donald J. Trump. Check this out. Thank you, Nicole, for reminding me about this. There are reports Iran is charging fees to tankers to go through the Hormuz Strait. They better not. And if they are, they better stop now. President Donald J. Trump, which hit the 5:08 p.m. And if you go to 5:08, it says, it's perfect. Plausible deniability to the world, yet ultimate confirmation to us. The timing between tweets, the missing replaced letters. This isn't a game. Trump himself is speaking to us. I mean, we are the autistic-fueled engine the world needs right now. I feel honored to be a part of this. And I really do feel honored to be a part of this Shady Group.
Me too. And I'm honored that they were not able to shame us. I'm honored that they were not able to, like, no matter which operator they sent to us to tell us how much better it would be if we stopped talking about Q. And no matter how many times they tried to say, oh, well, you could be this or you could be that if you would just do this, or no matter how many times we like ran into a moment where we were like, okay, this is the moment where we have to literally cut off half of our audience because we have to tell them something that they do not want to hear.
That's
and
right.
We did it anyway. We had two choices in that moment, ladies and gentlemen. We could have either stopped broadcasting or lied to you.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know what Clay Clark and when General Flynn texted me on the 17th of August, right after 8/8, when we came out publicly, General Flynn, meet Jeffrey. We've met. I know him. Okay. You clown, Clay Clark. They wanted to talk to me. Okay. Were they going to buy me off? I didn't answer the post. I didn't want to because I have my morals and ethics, Shady Group.
And we know what we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not like just making things up. Okay. It's not like I'm just pointing to something that's not real and then lighting my hair on fire and pretending like I'm upset about it. I'm actually pointing to things that are real and I'm very upset about it. The definition of the word grift is to explain exactly what you're seeing now with these people. Opportunists are grifters. We had the opportunity to be grifters. We could have went with the JFK Jr. stuff. We could have went with all of these other people about the Charlie Kirk thing. We could have done a number of different things that would have gotten us lots and lots of attention and clicks. But instead, we did the opposite of that because we did what we could. We showed our work, and our work proved out what it is that we say every day. And that's what we're sticking to. A grift means you're saying something other than what it is you believe or can prove in research.
So let me get this straight. So we actually show our work like we were taught in school, right? All the whole things, how we got to the formula. But they use Common Core math. Aha.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, where you can
Democrats.
like round up and yes. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's right. And like the whole is more important than the individual. That's the biggest part of their equation that they screw up. They think that the collective is what's important. I think that the individual is what's important. I don't share my rights as an American with another American. No other American has even an ounce, not a piece, not a grain, not a tiny little crumble, not even none of my rights. No other American has any of my rights. I have all of them. And it's my responsibility to use them. It's my responsibility to stand up for them. And it's my responsibility to do what it is that I'm supposed to do as an American, which, according to the core principles of this country, is to stand up and speak the truth, no matter the consequence. That's what America is supposed to be. And we actually have a little bit of we're going to be going into that too today about what it is that's in your DNA.
Yeah. Embattled Farmer, congrats, guys. You've stuck with the pesky Q, and I'm grateful you didn't give up. Thank you. God bless you. And, Shady, to kind of pile on to what you were saying about, somebody said, I hope General Flynn already went down, okay, along with Alex Jones.
Down.
They're done. I mean, if you're still following this asshat, but I wanted to point out this, Shady Groove, that like CAG Drogo. I told him all about everything. He knew about everything, yet he decided that he chose Flynn, okay? That's Cag Drogo, okay? Brainstorm Joe, Brain Dead Joe, they all knew about it. I talked to every single We the Media person who's decided to stick with Flynn and blocked me, including Flynn blocked me, including Roger Stone blocked me. Nobody gets a free pass, okay? Because Donald Trump asked to look at their backgrounds. And so there was a post real quick. I just want to go to it because, you guys need to understand this. This is a post, and it's a good post, by Nacho Business, Alex Jones thread. Why did you know his family worked with the CIA? If you listen to the MG show, you know that, right, Shady? Or has the same lawyer as the Bronfmans of Nexium. Yes, we've talked about this as well, okay? But did you also know, fun fact, that Roger Stone, Alex Jones did have the Nexium lawyer for the Bloodline family, the Bronfmans. Interesting to note, Roger Stone also worked for Nexium. No free passes. You guys get it? You can't have both, guys.
We have all the receipts.
We have it all.
We understand the connections, and we can no longer be gaslit by these people and told that these things are not connected, because that's the only thing they can do is they can make fun of us and say that they're not connected and say that you're a QAnon. And even people like Brendan Dilley out there, calling himself the Don of Comms and acting like that, anybody that's a Q person is a Democrat. Well, no, Roger Stone is a Democrat. Okay. Yeah. People like Roger Stone and his ilk are Democrats. These people aren't conservative.
You got Alex Jones reposting Kamala Harris, Shady.
They're not conservative either, okay? I'm telling you, nobody goes on the air and talks like that and is a conservative. Drogo made a post just the other day, like less than a week ago, where he tagged General Flynn and said, General Flynn for Attorney General. This is how deep these people have their nose up into the network. They are desperate for the network to repost them because it's their livelihood. You see, and they thought that they could end our livelihood if they prevented anyone in the network from reposting or talking about us. So George Magazine specifically, Gene Ho has explained directly to us that they told us that we had to hate you to participate in their network and be part of the team. You gotta hate Matrix and Shady. That's what they're doing against us. That's how they thought that they could use the network to stop us. And it just so happened that we had a message that they couldn't put out.
And they almost did get us, Shady. I'm going to be completely honest.
I know they did.
But you, the listeners, helped us out so much, guys. Wow.
They thought they did have us because the way they were talking to us was like, it's over. Whenever they had the whole Rumble people, kind of working together and sort of pushed through that a little bit.
Yeah. We had to push through it, and we did. And we're going to keep going, guys. Thanks to you. And, the
you guys seem to love it.
Yeah. I think
nobody else is doing this.
You guys love it?
Do you love it?
Do you love it? I'm trying to get the Gene Ho thing. I thought I posted it in here.
You did post it.
Yeah. I didn't post it on X, though. I kept it private, but I showed it here on the show. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I...
That's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, Gene Ho said we were supposed to hate you guys. We were told to hate you guys.
But they also come out and say that we are hating on them. You see that? I want you to understand this dynamic. Remember, I explained to you how they wouldn't be able to earn my hate if they tried. Mm-hmm. But they come out to the microphone and say, all these people that hate on General Flynn, we're not hating on exposing someone's corruption has nothing to do with hatred. That's what Democrats argue. Democrats say that Nick Shirley is hating on the poor Somalis that are running daycares. Nick Shirley is hating on the hospice people in California. MG Show is hating on General Flynn. Do you see how Democrats think? I don't think like that. My mind doesn't work like that. That's not the way I see the world. I see the world through individual merit, the way Donald Trump sees the world. Individual merit. Every action has value, and words have almost none.
Yeah. Wow, guys. Just huge, okay? We need to take a victory lap. We were right again, Shady Groove.
Sorry for that.
Wow. I was like so happy. I fell out of my chair when I saw that post, man. I mean, it's interesting how Donald Trump and Q map so perfectly, but yet all these people in the network hate him. Are you guys starting to see what I'm talking about now?
I think it's becoming clear.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, wow, Shady, where do we even go? Oh, you want to talk about the DNA?
Yep.
All right. So
that's exactly where we're going.
All right. So this is Department of War CTO. Winning is written in the American DNA. Drone innovation will keep our warfighters lethal and effective. American ascendancy. Wow. What a beautiful photo that is. Isn't it, Shady?
It is.
Okay. So basically, if you look at that post, this is Q post 4966, Department of War CTO confirmed. What is coded in your DNA? Who put it there? There's a war for your DNA. Protect your DNA. Ascension, Q. Okay. And then just April 9th, winning is written in the American DNA. Drone innovation will keep our warfighters lethal and effective. American ascendancy. This is the last Q drop, and it wasn't the end. This is the beginning of the real plan. These globalists and Satanists and bloodlines tried to rewrite humanity's code with mandates, bioweapons, and transhumanist garbage. President Trump and the restored Department of War are hard-coding American dominance back into the Republic. Winning is our DNA. Ascension is now the official policy. Peace through overwhelming strength. American tech supremacy and warfighters who never fight fair. The storm hit. We're ascending. American ascendancy is here. Trump was right. The Patriots are in control. MAGA.
You see that? You see that? What is it? What is that little thing that's been missing your whole life ever since we were young? Remember whenever we were young, you were taught you never lost. We always win. We always win. We never lose. Except for whenever we move into the late 80s and the 90s, we lose. And then the Kuwait thing happens and we lose. And then the whole thing happens. Next thing you know, these people, like every single person can, they can come in here and they can knock down buildings. And then we attack the wrong place and then we lose. And then we send all this blood and treasure to the Middle East and we lose. And then we elect the first black president and he makes sure that we lose. You see this trend. And Hillary Clinton was going to be the first female president. And you want to talk about all the losing that we had done to that point? Well, it was getting ready to get worse.
That's right.
Because of what she was going to do to make sure that you lost forever. And let me tell you something. The reason Q was so powerful is because Q showed the outline of exactly what it was that they were doing. Imagine a Secretary of State opening up all of the special access programs in America that are even deeply classified to foreign governments so they could build missiles and munitions and weapons against us. That's literally what happened, not to even talk about the uranium in Iran that came from Rosatom that was part of the deal that Mueller and Hillary were working on.
Uh-huh. That's right. And here's the Q post. I just want to show the Q post real quick because I forgot to show that, but I did read it. There it is right there. That's 11/27/2022. What is coded in your DNA? Who put it there? Why? Mankind is repressed. We will be repressed no more. Information is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Information is power. How do you protect your DNA? There is a war for your DNA. Protect your DNA. Ascension. Q.
Ascension, we're going to the golden age. Protect your DNA. DNA of America is rock solid. The DNA of America belongs to people like George Washington, to people like John Adams, to people like Thomas Jefferson, to people like Benjamin Franklin, people that stood in the gap. Were they perfect human beings? Absolutely not. Did they have a laundry list of things that was wrong with them? Absolutely. Do you? Because I do. I got a laundry list of things that are wrong with me. You see? We can admit that, right? But we can still do good things.
You forgive yourself.
Yes, exactly. And we can do it together if we can communicate properly with the proper information. But if none of us have the same information, if the Democrats have different information than the Libertarians, have different information than the Republicans, have different information than the GOP, have different information than the anarchists, everybody is what? Fighting each other over something that no one understands.
Yeah. Will Mack, I like this comment from Will. Every time I play Scrabble or cards with my family and I play the Q or discard a queen, I will say QAnon booga 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 in honor of Jeff and the MG show.
That makes me tingle with excitement.
Yeah. And Scottish says that he hears Jeff saying
eggs when he buys eggs.
Wolfie K, thank you for the 5 subscriptions to the MG show. Let's watch a drunk Alex Jones come out, and right after this post was done, he and take a look at these show hosts. Do they look alpha to you or beta? Let me know.
Maybe gamma.
I'm just wondering if Trump's been held hostage or something. Listen, I'm not mad about this. He's mad that he's wrong. and he's mad he got set up by Israel, and he once a man, twice a child. This is dementia. And so, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep intervening. He knows he was wrong about Iran. He's throwing a fit, and it's okay. We're going to continue to be adults and just respond to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He needs some zeolites.
Yes, he does.
That's a high IQ response right there.
Somebody get Donald.
That's a high IQ response right there.
Excuse me, my mic was messed up. I had to try to fix
I
it.
noticed that Michael's messed up. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine yourself being filmed on TV acting like that? Once a man, twice
Look
a
at him,
child.
Shady.
What is his high IQ response?
Yeah. Look at that.
The guy is
Look.
hammered.
Okay, the guy's hammered. Look at these guys.
Somebody get Donald.
Jeez, I tell you, wow,
Stunning. Very interesting moment because this is all like perfectly blended in with Melania Trump's message yesterday, which also we've been calling out all of this stuff to do with Alexis Wilkins and the way that this network operates the way the network operated against Alexis Wilkins is the 100% exact way the network operated against us and anyone else. Playbook known. Q was very, very specific in explaining how character assassination is the one trick pony of the success of these people in the media. And the reason that Q was successful was because it was anonymous. Had Q's identity or Q team's identity been known, the operation would have immediately been dead.
yeah. And I want to just point this out too because it makes a lot more sense today than it did then. Q Post 2213 on 9/19/2018. The Supreme Court is one of the main reasons I got elected president. I hope Republican voters and other are watching and studying the Democrats' playbook. Okay. And then it's got this right here. It says, I hate when it does that. The DOJ have previously informed me that the release of some of the information would cross a red line. Declass FISA, RR Force, red line. New playbook needed. We see you. Okay. And then it has my X account and it says, do you believe in coincidences? Think of context. Playbook. Nothing to see here. Are they attacking me on the daily in this show, Shady Groove?
Yes, they are. And look at the correlation between this post right here, not that one, but the post that you're showing, because we see you was in Dan's post yesterday. So that says nothing to see here. And if you scroll up, Jeff, at the bottom of the post that's being quoted there, we see you. Q, Dan's post yesterday to the influencers was, we see you.
Yeah. Nothing
and
to
then
see.
the Matrix is in this post, his account.
Yeah. And there's the, there it is right there. Q alert. And yes, we see, I didn't put QAnon in here. Do you see that, Shady Group?
Not on that one.
Yeah.
I put it on a lot.
I know. And so look at that, guys. That's my thread. You're right there. These are Q posts, and I did it every day. They hated it. Okay. Wow, man. Wow.
Good stuff, huh?
Wow.
Are you noticing the network? Are you seeing what the network has been doing with this Epstein thing? Have you seen how they've been conflating the information? Have you seen what they've been doing with the Israel thing? Have you seen what they've been doing with the Charlie Kirk thing? Have you seen what they've been doing trying to get Tyler Robinson off? Have you seen what they've been doing with trying to make it that Iran is not a threat? At the core of any of their arguments about the Trump's operations in Iran has to be that you're saying Iran is somehow not a threat. Trump is telling you that they are X amount away from nuclear weapons, and they're threatening us inside negotiations. They feel so comfortable. They're threatening us inside of our negotiations to saying that they have however many grams of enriched uranium, threatening inside the thinking that they got the upper hand because of it. Now, if you think about that in a negotiation right now, whenever they really don't have the upper hand, what happens in a situation in the future where Iran does have the upper hand and does have a nuclear weapon?
And what if it comes out that Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, Mueller, all these people sold the uranium to make those nukes? Stay tuned.
That's the reason I think they don't want us to go there.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, Cuba, I know you know this, but good point here. 19 times I was cued. I think, well, there's a couple missing, so it's over 20.
But there were a number of repeats too.
Well, I love the number of repeats because it said something afterwards that actually made sense. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It was messages to us. we were getting attacked by all these obstructionists at the time. Do you remember that, Shady?
Yeah, the message. Yep.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and the message, were basically like, encouraging us to continue what we were doing because we could clearly see that even though we weren't being agreed with by the popular people, that we were completely correct.
Yep. Credit to Anons who deciphered Red Castle, Green Castle, guys. Look at that. Wow. Pretty cool. And I was a Zero Delta as well. So pretty cool stuff, guys. I love it. And we're over the target, I believe. What do you think, Shady Groove? Do you think this show's over the target? What do you think, chat? Let's see how many 47s we can get. Let's see how we're over the target, Shady.
I know we're just a short distance away, sir. Right after the midterms, we're going to start using 48 and promoting Donald Trump as a write-in candidate because, we know he can't run for president, but if we were to all write him in, there wouldn't be a lot of stuff that they could do about it.
Yeah, exactly right, guys. Exactly right. So, I don't know why I got Candace Owens, low IQ. I can't imagine her being a low IQ, Shady.
Oh, no, I thought that she was pushing Mensa 200 or something.
Let's watch.
Instagram, you see she has millions of followers, and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person. Kind of read books. I'm just fascinated with learning real history because I think that truth is what actually has happened, the events of our world, is obviously, as the expression goes, way stranger in fiction. To do it again posthumously, Charlie Kirk, the founder of TPUSA, will be posthumously honored a posthumous award. They've decided posthumously, cordially accepted those posthumous terms. SCIF, which stands for a sensitive, compartmented, if you can't compartmentalize, and a CEO and a chairman has to compartmentalize. The IDF even dropped napalm 12 and a half miles off the coast of the Sinai
Napalm?
Is that correct when you arrive into the Sinai Peninsula?
Sinai.
Illiterate person in Portland, Oregon. The Hamptons debacle came out. The Hamptons, okay? Remember that whole debacle? We knew a kerfluffle happened as this dress kerfluffle causes this whole race kerfluffle. Ways that you can honor Charlie. Stop telling us that it has to always be Miss Macabre, retired Green Beret, allegedly a heart attack. Normal passion, not this chat GBT. At last I checked, everybody uses the terminology blitz. Blitzkrieg. Everybody uses the term blitzkrieg. And so I called it Blitzkrieg Week. You can't even say blitz means lightning. Krieg means war. And the NFL football team say blitzkrieg. God, no, he just liked the architecture. Smells in the bells. He loved the architecture. It was about the architecture. He loves the architecture. I think this may have been about more than the architecture. Jewish people were in control of the slave trade. They've buried a lot of it. Buried the Charlie Kirk story. What about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his burial? Alex Jones was just burying himself. Alex Jones jumped into the foray. Mock me and Tucker Carlson. It's always got to be Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. And of course, the world is quite literally a stage. By the way, I always wonder where that expression comes from. Can you look it up, Skylar? The world is a stage. Where is that from? I actually don't know where that's from originally. That would be interesting to see. Totally insane Alice in Wonderland. And then all of a sudden there's a Cheshire cat who's smoking.
Night by Elie Wiesel.
Night by Eli Weitzel. Mentioning Elie Weitzel. Elie Weasel. Oh, it's Shakespearean. All the world's a stage. Interesting. Very interesting.
Do you have a favorite book?
I read a lot. I don't know if I have a favorite book. No.
Nothing favorite? All right, I'll take it.
Because that's what she is. She's illiterate.
Old Yeller.
High IQ Candace Owens, huh?
I'm gonna have a little burial.
However, I will give her burial because I know people in the Northeast do say it that way, but she's low IQ and she can't even say her name. Candace Owens. She called herself Candace. Okay, I'm not Jeffeffy Peterson.
You just need to stand back and take in the architecture.
Just
take all the architecture. There's lots of texture to the architecture.
And also, speaking of architecture, we got a great good morning from Dan Scavino. Check this out, Shady. And I'm going to just pause it right there. But look at that. There's the Air Force One, and then look at this beautiful piece right here. Fly like an eagle, 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 with the Constitution. And Shady, you might remember this. I actually took these pictures at Mar-a-Lago, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
There it is right there. And this is the beautiful piece that was sitting right there inside the club with the Constitution preamble and Constitution.
So amazing, guys. I've actually stood right in front of that.
So beautiful.
It's amazing. A golden Constitution with an eagle.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So thank you, Dan, for the GM. We appreciate it. We do GMs all the time, don't we, Shady?
We do. Morning. Good morning.
And by the way, we've got Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Alex Jones, and we call them the Transpublicans.
What is that?
What? That's all of them, Shady.
Dude, you know what that reminds me of? This reminds me of something that you would see. Remember at the old at the circus, not the circus, but the the carnival. This is the bearded lady at the carnival.
Oh God.
That's where transvestites came from. Oh my God, I just made a connection. The bearded lady. We communicated, Ree.
Oh my gosh, guys. So let's just do this. Sean Farish, guys, he does the Trump impression. I kind of want to play him reading it, Shady Groove. It was pretty good. It sounds pretty good. I wanted him to do it. You ready?
All right.
It's pretty good.
I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the number one state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon, because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it, their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off of television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them. And their views are the opposite of MAGA, or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN a 100% approval rating of Trump, not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox, and he's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question. Or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close. Or bankrupt Alex Jones, who says some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Now, fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all of the other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA. They're losers, just trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to, but when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength in not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again, and these people have no idea how to do that. But I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump, thank you for your attention to this matter.
I wish he would have put that. I wish Trump would have added that line to this post, but wow.
Yeah, well, it was a little
Great
bit
job,
wordy.
Sean.
He felt it was a little bit wordy, so he couldn't get that.
Maybe, maybe that. Thank you for it wouldn't fit in the word allotment for a true social. But great job, Sean. Love that. You do a great Trump impression. I appreciate that. But guys, we're winning, okay, and we're winning bigly. In fact, there's more news that declassified memos from FBI Director Kash Patel dropped. FBI Boston ran a secret tabletop exercise in August 2020, 5 months before January 6th, simulating post-election violence from both sides. They plan to embed informants and agitator groups, mass prosecutions, even for minor offenses. John Solomon reported this. They executed the exact playbook on J6 Patriots, but gave BLM Antifa free passes and warnings from informants. Never passed to the Capitol Police. What about the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers? This wasn't an intelligence failure. It was a double standard setup. Christopher Wray's FBI is exposed again, Shady. We got it all.
Look at this. Look at what's starting to happen. 5 months. What does it take to do an operation? How do you do a successful operation? You have to set it up. You have to have a plan. You have to put things in place. You have to put people in place. You have to have coordination between different agencies. The whole idea is we set this thing up and then we say that it's MAGA is violent on one side and it's a Fed surrection to the other side. When in all reality, it's a globalist military operation to upend Donald Trump's administration, effectively a hard coup or a color revolution to oust the duly elected president of the country by the terms of fake election numbers.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. They were setting it all up. And this is where the whole thing with, Roger Stone is going to come into play with this, because his hands are dirty and he was part of this setup. He's not going to be able to step away from this and walk away and act like, it was all them and it had nothing to do with me. He is literally chained to it.
Yeah, they're done, dude. Stick a foot. InfoWars is dead. You should get that back out. Say, mark this post. You said bookmark it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on real quick because we have only a little bit of time left on the first hour. Then we go into part 13 of the Follow the Bloodlines on Rumble Premium, guys. Get your red castles. Make sure you got them. Thank you. I want to thank Jersey Talks, 10 subscriptions to the MG Show. And Wolfie, thank you again for the 5 subscriptions. But I want to go over First Lady Melania Trump. The narrative is that, she didn't talk to Trump before making the statement, blah, 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 blah. No, I think she's calling a major bluff, guys. And we'll talk about it, but let's listen to First Lady Melania Trump yesterday in her statement. You ready?
Yep.
God, she is amazing. She's an amazing woman. And she's more beautiful in person than you would ever believe, guys. She's an amazing lady.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything more than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note.
Now, that's what we've been saying, too, with everybody, because they're in emails, because there's no victims.
Yes.
We need victims. We need actual evidence to arrest anybody, guys. You know how the system works, right, Shady?
Yes. Last time we checked, email is not a criminal offense. and also writing about different food items in your email is also not criminal. So you guys are still allowed to talk about food in your email without being an actual, you know what I'm saying.
I want pizza now.
I'm hungry.
I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein's abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins, UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the Congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
Boom. She just called their bluff, guys. You understand this, right? Because what you're going to find out is all of these victims received payouts, which means they can't go to Congress and talk about it, guys. And a lot of these victims also enabled the trafficking and the victims after they were themselves victims. Interesting. There's also from the lawyer that went against Epstein with the victims said that there might have been a Ponzi scheme where they made up fake victims, and then they said, hey, you get a $20 million payout, and then that $20 million payout gets sold to those those bankers, like Epstein's bankers, and say, we'll give you $5 million now, but they keep the $12 million from the judgment, and then they can finance BS candidates, guys. It's a Ponzi scheme as well. This is a call out by Melania Trump to the deep state, guys. This is huge, Shady.
It is absolutely huge, and I know that we're pressed on time. We're getting ready to move out of this week's free content into premium for Friday. I'd like to thank everybody for another week of winning. For being here in the golden age. It means that all of us together are paying attention to something that's very, very critical, and that is the President of the United States and his agenda. MAGA is bigger today. There's a bigger tent today than there ever has been, and all of these people are trying to project that the movement is over.
That's right. It's not over. It's just beginning. And all the people that aren't on Twitter have no idea what the hell Alex Jones is doing. They have no idea what the hell Candace Owens is doing. They have no idea what the hell any of these AJ and Associates operators are doing. In my real life, nobody knows who General Flynn is.
Nope. Nobody does. They have no clue who he is.
Yeah. So we're going to go out with Always Wrong Till I'm Right blues, and then we're going to switch over to Premium Yeti, okay? Because, Shady, I think we need to hear this.
We do need to hear this, and I'd like to thank everybody that made massive contributions to this show over the last decade, 8 years now. Contributions not only of financial, but your time to care, to pay attention, and your desire to find the best piece of information so that you can make the best decision. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here.
And to stick with us, even though you thought maybe we were wrong. Okay. And we put our neck on the lines. Okay. We lost a lot of followers because we went against their network.
More coming back.
It wasn't about fame and fortune. It's about getting the word out, the truth, guys. God bless you all. Shady Groove, thank you very much. Yeti, we're going to go out with this right here because, I think we need to, because we need the victory lap. You guys ready?
They are so unpsyopable, Jeff.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Woke up this morning, clouds hanging tight, stumbling through the dark till I find the light. MG music humming low and tight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. I got the always wrong till I'm right blues. Hear my plea. Mistakes keep piling, weighing down on me. MG music plays through the fight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. Folks point and laugh, say I'm a fool, tripping on my words, breaking every rule. MG music brills, cuts the cruel night. I'm always wrong till I'm right. I got the always wrong till I'm right blues. Hear my plea. Mistakes keep piling, weighing down on me. MG music plays through the fight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. Roars my soul takes flight. I'm always wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Till I'm right. Preacher man said, son, you're lost in sin. I said, Reverend, I'll lose till I win. MG music roars, my soul takes flight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. So pour me some whiskey, let the night unfold. MG music hums a story untold. I'll crawl through the blues till the dawn's in sight. I'm always wrong till I'm right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for sticking around with the MG show. We're going out to Bloodlines, Follow the Bloodlines, Part 13. Yeti, send it into premium.